Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, the biggest lick of all time, the biggest goofy of all time. Like honestly, I don't even think that there's actually a black male celebrity that I know offhand that is as stupid as Shannon Sharpe. I absolutely, hey, how you doing, Cam? Shannon Sharpe, you know, um, getting fired is hilarious to me. You know, um, that's $100 million deal that is now gone. $100 million gone. Not to mention the $23 million that he allegedly paid out to the YT OnlyFans model. So that means, if we want to look at it, that's $123 million gone that Shannon Sharpe did by entertaining somebody that only planned on running his pockets to begin with. Huh? Like, it's crazy. Oh my goodness. Like, it's ridiculous to me. Miss Chrissy baby, you said he's gonna try to get with a black woman to redeem himself. You know what? That's a hey T Scorpio. That's what a lot of people are saying, Miss Chrissy baby, that they think that he's gonna get with a black woman for rehab. If any black woman were to be to entertain this idiot, this simp, sucker, sambo, tap dancer, they deserve whatever mistreatment that they're gonna get from Shannon Sharpe for sure. But I just don't understand how black men don't get tired. Like you are no longer a slave, but you are still willingly giving up your autonomy, your life force, your essence, your money to white tea women. Like that is ridiculous, truthfully. Um T Scorpio said that she would have did the same thing. At least it would have went to the black community. At least it would have been in somebody black hands. But honestly though, like, yes, I agree, macaroni no cheese, that they are the ones that will ask a black woman what she brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? And I just find it to me crazy that you would actually want to you had this girl make you lose out on all this money. And the reason why is because you was entertaining somebody that you should have never been entertaining in the first place. But like, think an 18, 19-year old, 20-year old really wants you for you. She don't. She don't. And if a girl is willing to call you the N-word with the hard R for whatever reason, she don't like you. I just feel like he definitely got what he deserved, like point. I just feel like he definitely got what he deserved, like point blank, period. But what I find to be crazy is how black men are not willing to put any type of money in the black community. They're not willing to put any money in their black families, they mama's pocket, they brother's pocket, they daughters and sons' pockets, but you willing to put it in the pockets of some heifer? Like it just doesn't make any sense to me, like honestly. And I really do believe that um like I said, to give your daughters a $30,000 budget for their weddings and brag about how it ain't no free rides and you not gonna give them none, for you to literally open up your bank account and give this white tea girl the majority. Y'all said the live is skipping. Let me see. I'm not for sure what's going on, y'all. I would say that if y'all could just keep clicking alive, and hopefully that will counteract whatever's going on. But it's probably somebody in here hating like they normally do. And I really, like I said, I don't understand it like at all. I have no idea why you want to listen to people you don't like. Hey, did you have something to say, macaroni no cheese? And y'all let me know if it's still skipping.
Oh no, no, I wasn't. I did on accident.
Oh, okay, no problem, sis. I'll drop you. I don't
Okay.
know. Sometimes I think it's a lot of people that been accidentally joining or whatever, but I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but I'll just say, like I said, it's crazy to me how you can put a budget on your daughters, but you willing to go pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to have a white tea girl entertain you, and then you get caught up in and she's run game on you so flawlessly that not only did you y'all said change the panel settings. How to do that, Miss Chrissy baby? Um I don't what would I do? Let me see if I see it. Um I don't think I see where to change the panel. Is it still skipping y'all? But like I said, I really I think it's crazy. Like I really do. And this man I don't know how you can look at yourself in the mirror, right? When you say, "Hey, like I'm almost 60 years old and a girl that is 1/3 of my age managed to run game on me. And not only did I have to give her a major payout, but now she's caused me to lose a huge deal that would have brought me even more money, that would have brought me even more, like, I guess I would say visibility, and $100 million deal gone. Like, because you are sexually undisciplined. If I just don't understand what's up with these old dudes. Why y'all don't get a wife or something like that you like and that you prefer, and then get freaky with them. At least you can be protected from things like this. You can't sit there and y'all said put the prompt where the big square is. Let me see. It's got to be something I'm doing wrong, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Um Let me see if I can figure out how to change it. Change how the square is set up. Um Let me see settings. Let's see here. Let's see. Host, no. Guests. Let's see. I don't see it there. Maybe it's here in settings. Hold on. Settings. Okay. Is it this? Let's see. Is that better, y'all? Is that better for y'all to see? Is that better? Y'all let me know. Is that better? Okay. Okay, you said it is better, Miss Chrissy, baby. Okay. All right. Yeah, so what I was just saying that I think it's crazy. Like, honestly, the idea of, you just giving up your legacy for nothing. Like, because you don't know how to, like, sexually regulate yourself. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, honestly, like, I'm just I'm a hunt. Like, do you know, I wonder if this man is sick about this. $100 million gone off of a chick that you not even gonna see no more or talk to no more, that literally didn't do nothing for you. you know like, what? Like, that's just, I mean, black men stay taking L's. They've been taking L's all 2025, taking straight L's all 2025, and I really believe that they will continue to do so. Like, honestly, like, exactly, lost everything. And the crazy thing is that he may not be able to rebound back from this. And you know what's another thing to think of? If this man did something to black women, if it was a black woman that reported him, this wouldn't even be a big thing. He wouldn't even have lost his ESPN deal. And it's like black men act like they don't understand the imbalance of power that is there when they engage with these women. Now, you can keep doing it. I could care less what Shannon Sharpe does. But it's like they seem to be like completely unaware that there is an imbalance of power when dealing with these YT girls. They can lie on you. They can do whatever. Not saying that I don't believe that he did something that was inappropriate with her, but I don't believe it was like she say. I believe that she approached that man from the very jump with the intentions of doing what she did, you know? But I remember when Shannon Sharpe was on his little show and he had Gary Owens on there. And Gary Owens was like, yeah, you, Shannon, you don't protect black women. You don't like black women. And he was like, so you could get a deal with like Wrangler or something like that. And how Shannon Sharpe laughed, like, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, you think stuff funny. Because the fact that you let a white man tell you that you don't care about black women, you don't protect black women, and you didn't have nothing to say but a laugh, like that should have deeply offended you. First of all, that he was in black business. And number two, that he told you that you don't care about black women. That should have offended you since you got black daughters. But it didn't. And I feel like he getting whatever he deserved. He getting everything that he deserved. I don't feel sorry for him in the slightest. Okay? Miss Chrissy, baby, you said that he won't give money to a black woman. Well, that's fine. He ain't got to give black money to black women. Now he got to sit there and give money to this white tea lady. Hopefully, when your pocket's empty and your bank account is at 0.00, you can just say to yourself, well, at least it's not empty because a black woman took it. Is that going to keep you warm at night? I don't know if you guys are sending requests or not to join the panel, but it keeps saying that like the requests were canceled. So y'all let me know if y'all are really trying to come up, you know? But yeah, I mean, I just think that he's getting exactly what he deserves. And honestly, I don't really like to take pleasure in people's misfortune, but Shannon Sharpe, he's one that I just sit there and laugh at because he's exactly getting his just desserts. Hey, how you doing, sunshine?
Hi, my friend. I'm laughing hard. I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Girl,
I'm
me too.
laughing. Cause he a goof ass. He
Yes.
sat up there and said, oh, black women call me ugly when I was in school. Really? Compared to what this lady then called you when y'all was doing y'all little ghetto whatever sexual encounter, calling him all big black monkeys, and you know what I'm saying? And she got the bag on your dumb ass.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. And my thing is that it's always black men that want to talk about how black women called them ugly or they didn't like their complexion, they didn't like their features. And it's just like, if you think, it's just like, well, what did Dr. Umar say? If the black girls called you ugly, what did the white girls say? Like, honestly, stop acting like they appreciate black beauty. For real, for real. They are the ones that started the insecurities that black people have about a whole lot of things. They're the ones that started the demonization of skin color, of darker skin, that started the demonization of skin color, of darker skinned people. They're the one that started the hatred of big lips and big noses and all of these things and kinky hair. It's not black people that did that mess. So it's like, stop acting like these white women just are like, oh, I see the beauty in you, African king. And besides, Shannon Sharpe, in my opinion, I know he works out and takes care of his body, but I don't think Shannon Sharpe is attractive at all. So was they lying at the end of the day? If you look at
Hell
this,
no.
he got an old Negro spiritual having face, in my opinion. Like, and I don't mean that in a good way. I don't know. He just, his features is just like a little, nah, nah. So it's just like, it is what it is though. I feel, I wonder how he feel. I just want to see his face because I want to know how you feel that you literally lost $123 million for, and then like I said this to everybody. I said the girl, like Shannon Sharpe, right? And I said this the last time I talked about Shannon Sharpe. When he was on the show talking to Ocho Cinco, he was mentioning like these OnlyFans IG baddies that he liked. And they were all white. And he mentioned this one IG baddie white woman, her name, and he kept talking about how beautiful she was. So I was like, let me go check. And she was actually really pretty. Her body was nice. Her face was pretty. Her hair was nice. Everything. But I was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty white girl. That ain't even a white girl that he even got in trouble with. Then he got in trouble with the ugliest one that I seen. That's even worse. You paid a premium amount. You got robbed at pussy point by this lady that don't even look good. Like what? What? Crazy. Crazy.
But white tea women diabolical anyway. Look at all the catastrophic things they did to black men, the black women. Like, why wouldn't you learn? Like, Emmett Till wasn't enough. Like, it's so many people we could go down the list on. Like, what's his name that was running from the white tea woman? The one he got with Megan Good. What's his name? Come on, y'all. What's his name?
Jonathan Majors.
Yes. You didn't learn from him? Like, come on.
All right, you guys, I'm sorry. I got something happened in my house. I got distracted. I'm gonna go over here to Miss Chrissy, baby, and then Miss Supervillain. And I definitely agree with you, Sunshine, for sure.
My biggest issue is, well, from what I'm gathering from looking at all these scenarios, like Shannon Sharpe, the dude that said he'd rather do it to a dog, is they really don't this is proof they don't like black women. Because Shannon Sharpe on his show, when Young Miami, and she's a city girl or whatever, and she was like, you gonna take me on a date? And he was like, I'm broke, you're a gold digger. And like, or even if I come out a certain kind of way, I'm automatically prejudged as a gold digger, which I'm not gonna date a brokey, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, we're just always demonized as these gold digging, life ruining women, and I don't see any evidence, especially in the ultra rich or celebrity status. I've never seen a black woman take a black man over the coals. Like Portia Williams, when she was married to that football star, she got nothing in a divorce. Like, I could name so many other situations where it was actually a black woman that was with a celebrity or an athlete, and they don't get anything out of it or whatever. Like that one that was dating a basketball star, she was sleeping out of her car with her kids. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I think it's a false narrative for us to settle, in my opinion, because I'm not seeing one and one is not equaling two, because I don't see this drove of situations where black women are just out getting money after guys. I think you don't even want to give a penny to black women. That it should be honored that you're in their presence. And I think it's that entitlement, because I see black celebrity women and their husbands taking them for all their money. I'm not seeing the scenario of rich, successful men getting taken by black women. They don't even marry us. So that narrative is unalived from the Shannon Sharpe situation.
I definitely agree with you. I think that Shannon Sharpe saying that he doesn't want to take Young Miami out on a date because she's a gold digger, but willing to knowingly engage with white women that are gold diggers and are only entertaining his black behind because he has some money, is crazy, nasty, insane, self-hating work. I really do believe that. It's crazy. And I do think that at the end of the day, the reason why black men are so comfortable being taken advantage of by white women is because they are buck broken, and they would rather be taken advantage of by someone that doesn't look like them, because maybe they feel like, subconsciously, that they're deserving of everything, than and black women are not. I don't know what it is, but it's some sick reasoning and logic there. But all I know is that when Shannon Sharpe has to clock in, for his shift at Walmart as the greeter in the front, because he is fast approaching 60. So he'll definitely be the Walmart greeter age, when he gets there. You know what I'm saying? And he's the greeter, and he tells all of the people that came in, "Hi, I used to be Shannon Sharpe. I used to have a show called Club Shay Shay. I also used to be on ESPN. But I got off of there because of this white girl. I just want him to sit there and think back about his life. And then when his daughters, who he wouldn't even give, but he would barely give $30,000 to, decide to leave his butt at the nursing home when he gets dementia from his CTE. I just really hope that he sits there and thinks about his choices in between his moments where he has clarity and his moments when he doesn't. I just honestly, he's just garbage. I really think that this couldn't have happened to a more deserving individual, truthfully. And any black woman, and I just want to say this on top, offer it. Any black woman, I don't care even if you biracial. Any black woman, if you got a black daddy or a black mama, or you're fully black, any of us that gives Shannon Sharpe any type of time or attention as this man tries to rehab his image, like Miss Chrissy Baby said, because that's probably what will happen. You are the lowest of the low, and I promise you, you need to be kicked out of the sisterhood. We should not give Shannon Sharpe 1 ounce of attention or time or anything. Do not allow him to rehabilitate his image off of your back. Because when he was at the top, he was not looking for no black woman. He was not looking for no biracial woman. He was looking for the straight flower rangers, all right? And that's who he should be going to for his saving. That's who he should be going to save his name and save his legacy and all of that. So please do not give this man any time or attention. Because right now he flat broke. He can only give you $5.55. So what do you let me go over here. Super villain. Hey, super villain.
Hey, Trig. Now, you took the commentary right out of my mouth because that was exactly what I came up here to say. I was going to say he's going to be just fine. It's going to be some beautiful black woman with a little pocket money that's ready and willing to receive him with open arms. So if you are that black woman, and let me tell you right now, don't do it. It is treason. Do not help this man. Let him suffer like how he. And you know what? He ain't gonna learn his lesson, Trig. I bet y'all $100. He is on OnlyFans right now. The only change he did was instead of white, he probably checked the Asian box. Because the Asian people, them Asian women, they appreciate their privacy a lot more. That is literally the only thing he changed. He's gonna go from white to Asian. He didn't learn his lesson. They never do. They love this shit. The thing is, they love the abuse. They love being taken advantage of. They just don't want it to be a black woman to do it. Why? I have no idea. But 100 million gone. I mean, I don't know if his mama is alive, but could you imagine being his mother? Oh my God. Could you imagine being his mother right now? Let me tell you one thing. They gonna two things they will always do is have audacity, and these niggas will bring you to the desert and make you thirsty. They won't give you an ounce of water. This is just ridiculous. Trick, I'm just 100 million gone over cheeks. This unbelievable. And if these black men don't get on these panels calling him a simp, I will never listen to another word they ever say because everybody else is a simp. Where's all the Shannon Sharpe simp panels at? Because this is absolutely simp behavior.
I definitely agree. And I remember when Shannon Sharpe also was defending Caitlin Clark, going in, defending Caitlin Clark, talking about Angel Reese, demonizing her and saying that he didn't have no problem standing up and protecting and defending that white woman who looked like freaking Bob from Bob's Burgers. I don't know if y'all ever watched that you know what I'm saying? But that's what she looked like. So it's just like you over here defending this white woman that looked like she could be out there, on a farm chopping wood with her face. and you really got the audacity to be putting down a black woman. That's wild to me. I already knew he was trashed in, because I was like, any black man that I see opening up their mouth to defend Caitlin Clark against a black woman, Angel Reese, I already know you trash. And what's crazy is that black men are so freaking entitled that they expect black women to defend them no matter what, even though they don't ever do it. Because imagine if there was a situation and black women were standing behind the white man. The black women would be all type of bad wenches and disloyal and this, that, and the third. But black men constantly do those type of things. And then you want to defend these white women, and then look at you, look at you, look at you. You about to be flipping burgers at Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's. You about to, and Steak and Shake, and wherever, Five Guys. You finna be flipping them burgers, Rowley's, Checkers. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you live at, Crystals, White Castle. You finna be flipping them burgers everywhere.
Culvers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't forget.
Oh my God.
Burger King.
Oh my goodness, that's what he about to be doing for real. Like, honestly, I find Shannon Sharpe to be honestly disgusting, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I really do. And I think that hopefully more black men get exactly what they deserve this year, for real. Because the times of y'all always putting dirt on black women name, always acting like all of these other women love y'all when they don't. And this is what I really be want. I wish black men would understand. Rich black men and black men with power and privilege, and even regular everyday black men, they never get the white women that are super stunning, super beautiful, come from a good family, got some money. That's a very, very, I promise you, minimal, probably like 1% of black men are able to get those type of white women. The majority of the time, even with rich black men, they get white girls that plan on using them. They get white girls that need them. They get white girls that's trying to dig in their pockets, or they need some fame or clout from them or whatever. But white girls that already got something going on, they're already beautiful, they already come from a good family, they already got money of their own, they already got some status, they don't be interested in black men. The only white women and the only non-black women that be interested in black men is the ones that want to use black men for something. But for some reason, they swear that they got all of this worth and value, and that these women just want them because of them. The only women that just want black men because of them, the ones that pay black men bills, are low class, bottom tier women of other races that their men in their own races don't want. They're the cast offs. They're the bottom of the barrel, the ones that those men don't want. So because those women, because a woman can be not wanted in her own community, and I'm talking about just for non-black women, she could be not wanted in her own community, but then she can come to the black community and be a 10. She can be a 2 in her own community, but once she goes to black men, she's automatically a 10. Because black men prize not being black above anything else. So she can, like I said, she could look like, you know what I'm saying, Homer Simpson in the face. But all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, she's a 10 because she's not black. And that actually should be embarrassing to black men. The fact that everybody knows that y'all accept anybody, but when it's a black woman, she got to be a 10, beautiful hair, beautiful face, beautiful body, great job, willing to swing from the chandeliers for you, willing to do this, that, and the third for you to think that she's even a 5. It's so embarrassing. Like, it's so embarrassing. And it's like, I don't understand why more black men are humiliated. And then my thing is this, is that black men, when things like this happen, they always keep their mouth on hush mode. Because I can guarantee you, if this was a black woman that had the track record that Shannon Sharpe had, and she had got played by a white dude and had to come up out the pocket, every live that you would click on would be black men talking about it. See, that's what y'all get. That's what y'all black women get. See how we told y'all don't nobody like y'all. Don't nobody want y'all. Everybody always just trying to play in your face. See. But now all of a sudden, don't nobody got nothing to say. Where's the lies talk about Shannon Sharpe? That's all I want to know. Where is they?
Right here. But see, look, it's a weird dynamic that black men have with white T men, is why they deal with white T women. It's like they want to be white T men and they want to replace them, but at the same time, they don't like them. So they gravitate to white T women in hopes that they will become a white tea man. It's weird. It's real weird. And it's like they got Stockholm syndrome or something. I wonder if he just feel good inside, like, oh, I just paid my slave master's seed. I feel so good about this. This is great. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's just a weird thing with black men. They got a deep seated hatred of themselves. It's really sad. That's why they don't like us. You know what I'm saying? We remind them of those days where they could protect us, right? So they want to be white tea men so bad. So bad. It's just sad.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I did want to respond to somebody in the comments. David Axelrod. Now, that's to me gives like a white tea man, you know what I'm saying, name. But whether you're a white man or you're a black man, let me tell you something. The only person that's least desired is you, which is the reason why I sent you a request and you can't come on up here and stand on what you said with your voice, because I know that your voice probably sounds like a bag of hot rocks. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you can say what you want, but I know that you're not desirable. You can say what you want to say, but that's the reason why you ain't got no picture up and you over here talking trash, because you ugly yourself and so is your mama. But I sent you a request and you didn't accept it. You just rejected it. So I'm gonna block you. Have a great day. Um, Miss Chrissy, baby, did you have anything to say?
I like that whole, oh, black women are the least desirable. Like, I just hope black women never get affected by that at all. Because one, that's not true. And even if, quote, that is true, look at the people that is true. Look at the people that's saying that. Should that offend you? No. I think that there's a deep-seated hate because there's absolutely something special and unique about us, because we're definitely emulated and copied all the time. I think that people that talk like that, even Shannon Sharpe, the fact that he has daughters, I'm hoping that they don't have a lowered self-esteem because of his behavior and things that he say. But it's just disappointing and disgusting. Like, ugh. And then the other thing I wanted to say was he also just ruined the generational wealth for his kids. So he wasn't even thinking about his black family. So it's like the amount of selfishness is insane. And I'm still going to harp on the whole, like, black women are so-called gold diggers, because I'm not seeing it. I need to see more receipts. Where are all these athletes being taken? I want somebody to answer that now. Yeah, where's that?
And you know what's crazy to me is that you hear constantly these men talk about how black women are the least desired. But exactly what does desirability in the eyes of black men get you? Because there are women that they find to be desirable, and when they get with these women, what do they do to them? Cheat on them, beat on them, make them a single mother, disrespect them. The most, interracial union that has the most, the least of, excuse me, the most, the least success is what I'm trying to say. The interracial union that has the least success and the highest divorce rates are black men and white women. So exactly these women that you supposedly say are so desirable, you can't make it work with those women. You're out here, all I see is women of other races crying and hooting and hollering about how they've been treated poorly by black men. So exactly what does desirability get you? And even when you're talking about other races of men as well, if you go in any of these relationship talks, all of these different races of women being treated horribly. So what exactly does desirability get you? Even with dealing with other races of men, nothing. So exactly what are you supposed to feel bad about in the first place? I would just like to know exactly what does a man's thinking you desirable or thinking you pretty or being interested in you actually, what does that actually get you? Does that get you a good job somewhere? Does that get money in your bank account? No, no, no. So exactly what would be the reason that black women would just shrink up and just pass away because y'all don't think that they're cute? Like, that's what doesn't make sense to me. And besides that, y'all do think black women are attractive. Y'all do like black women. The thing about it is that y'all want to take advantage of black women because you think that black women are lower than other races of women. And you feel like if you keep beating them down by saying these things, you'll make more black women open to being taken advantage of. And that to me is disgusting. But let me go over here to Dr. Sunshine. Go ahead, Dr. Sunshine.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
I love what you're talking about. I joined because I wanted to talk about desirability in this system. It's kind of like who wants to win in a game that's honestly, the merits are based on things that are quite horrific, in fact. Who wants to be chosen when the metrics of merit are lack of protection from like UV rays, or a system that's built on patriarchy and violence and just all kinds of horrific things? I don't want to be chosen if those are the metrics of success. Like, so I'm totally on board with what you're talking about, and they're gonna have to stop trying to weaponize this argument about desirability, because who wants to be desired in a system where women are mistreated, in a system where melanin content is the metric of success? It's insane. And actually, I'm sorry, I don't want to like rant, but Shannon Sharpe isn't the only person that is getting rid of their generational wealth. That is the entire system of athletics, of professional athletics. That whole system is meant to bring wealth back into that community. And they fall for it every time. And then they look up and wonder why our community is in shambles. So they're going to keep receiving their karma. We're in the age of Aquarius and we're the age of justice. And we're just going to keep watching them lose every time. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, no problem. And I definitely think that's what we'll be doing, just watching. Go ahead, supervillain.
Yes, I want to piggyback after Dr. Sunshine, who I'm of the same thinking. Like, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Who wants to play that game? And when I hear these unfortunate black men talk about black women undesirability, this, that, yada, 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 it just makes me think like y'all really have white tea proximity obsession, and I will never understand why. And men like that, I just feel like, when we have the cookout, they're the person that brings the potato salad with raisin in it. Like, we don't want y'all at the cookout. Y'all the ones who bring in the infiltrators and mess up the whole vibe. The vibe is the way it is because it's black. You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of blackness, I feel like it's those guys who mess it up, who mess up the function. So do we even really care what they think or want them around? And you know me, Trick. I'm not for it's all Nick Dogs for me. But when it comes to, doing that, it's like they're the person who messes up the line when we're dancing. They're the person who brings the nasty ass piece of food when we trying to vibe, or change the music when we had a good flow. Like, that's how I look at those people. Like, we don't even want you over here. Yeah, you can think we're undesirable, but we don't want you at the cookout. Those are the kind of people that bring all the whackness to the cookout. I don't know how to explain it past that, but like, we don't care what y'all think. Y'all stay over there with y'all raisins and y'all potato salad, y'all stupid music, your bland food, your whack faction. We'll be over here doing our thing. If you don't like blackity blackity black, then stay over there. And I don't know how much better to put it.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree for sure. I just I don't know that I don't know if you guys will agree with me, or at least y'all understand where I'm coming from. But like, we're black women, and there's black men, and no matter how hard we try, we still are connected to them. People look at us as a collective, like Black people, and I really wish that there was some way that we could like petition to be separated and not looked at of the same accord, because it's just like every day Black men do things so stupid and so ignorant that, and I don't believe the majority of Black women would make these same mistakes. So it's like it makes us all look bad when it's really just them. It's just the same with the crime. Like, I had did this video on YouTube where this Black dude was saying like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with us. I don't know why we unaliving each other. Cause when I go outside, I got to have my blick on me because I don't know what these N words gonna be doing." First of all, yes, you do. You know that it's a Black man like you. You know it's not the Black women, and it's just so often we share in the sins of things that is strictly Black men doing and Black men doing it only. And because it's like, look at Oprah Winfrey, right? Whether you like Oprah or whether you don't, because I do believe that she was on them Epstein Islands, but regardless of that, she ain't give her generational wealth away to no man. She ain't even Mary Stedman. She ain't gave it away to no white man. She's spending her money and doing her own thing. And that's my thing, is that Black women move smarter. But for some reason, we gotta be lumped in with them. And I don't like that. I really don't like the fact that we have to be lumped in with them all the time. It's so people like, oh well, Black people do this and Black people do that. Because the first thing white people want to tell you is how violent Black people are, how much crime Black people do, and how Black people do this, that, and the third. And 95% of the things that they say, it be Black men that be doing that. It don't even be us. But it's like constantly, it's like we have to share in these things. And that's the reason why I really think that women should just say, like, when things are, hey, that's Black men, because I make sure I do that all the time. I say no, no, no. Say what you mean. That's Black men, not Black women. Oh, Miss Chrissy Baby has something to say. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy Baby, and then I'll go to Kalandra. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy Baby.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on that really quick. Like, the amount of bamboozlement, or whatever how you say it, throughout history is crazy. Like, the things that happened during Jim Crow. It's controversial, but if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. The candy epidemic, the shoot up D-rug epidemic of the 70s, because everyone forget about that one. The PIMP culture, the whole athlete stuff or whatever. Even sometimes when I watch like the NFL draft and the combines, I cringe and I'm like, you don't even see this as like an auction to you or anything. It's like they're constantly doing things that's almost making them look crazy, and they think they're not tap dancing because they don't have tap dance shoes on and a suit and tie, like, a minstrel show. But it's like you have a jersey, you have a big chain and gold teeth. Like, they're not, it's like they don't see that they're being laughed at. And because maybe I work in and networking and probably different spaces where I kind of hear the other side of things, of what their perspective is of Black men, like, I'm like, do you not see that you're getting like played? Even like I said in the comments, of the coach that was pretty much recruiting YT girls to get with the athletes so they can get their generational wealth on purpose. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like they're mad about why is the NBA so beige? Because of all the what? So it's just confusing to me why they don't see any type of pattern recognition throughout history.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Miss Chrissy Baby, for sure. Oh, and Dr. Sunshine, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Dr. Sunshine. Let me go down here to Kalandra.
I just think that's sad that, like, first you got a lick off a girl and now you done lost your job. Like, he just, one day, hopefully, I don't think they'll never learn. And you know what the sad part about? He probably still looking for new ones. Like, what a disappointment he turned out to be.
You know what? Yes, I definitely think that Shannon Sharpe is a disappointment. But my thing is, when I saw him on, what was that? The one that he was on with Skip Bayless, the way he acted and the way he reacted to that white man, I already knew back then that that man was completely buck broken. Even back then, I knew he was a sucker. You know what I'm saying? And a buck broken simp with no backbone. I already knew it then. You know, just the way he behaved, because it's like, and that's another thing that I really don't like about the collective of black men is that they get real buck, right? When it comes to black women and even sometimes other black men, they get real buck. But when it's a white man or it's a white woman, they yeffa matha. Do you have my butter biscuits? Where's my butter biscuits, matha? Yes. You want me to jump? How high do you want me? How high do you want me to jump, massa or Mrs. Massa? And that's just straight up embarrassing. But yeah, when I used to see the clips from him interacting with Skip Bayless, I already knew he was a sucking in. Like for real, I knew it then. I was like, oh, that's a black man with no backbone. And most of the time, black men with no backbones, they don't like black women. And I'll tell you why they don't like black women. And it's because black women have the backbones that they wish they had. Or maybe they don't even wish they have it, but maybe it just shames them into seeing the truth about themselves. So they would rather be with, you know, someone else that's just as weak as them, which would be the white woman. Because there ain't nobody gonna tell me that white tea women are strong, because they not. They weak and always have been. And that's the reason why they've always been so jealous of black women. And that's why anytime they trying to ever need to do something or have a voice for something, they're asking black women to use their voices and sacrifice themselves for them. And that's another reason why, like, you know, when they ever have like action movies and stuff, because I really like action movies, but anytime they have them and it'd be like a white tea woman that's a lead, most of the time I never watch it because I just feel like it's so unrealistic that I just don't even want to see it. Because it's like, you not like, it's even like in a lot of zombie movies, like they'll have like black women will be like non-existent in those zombie movies when black women are nothing but survivors. But I'd be like, okay, but then they will have like all of these white women that's like fighting the zombies, unaliving the zombies. They just fighting. Like, get out of here. These heifers wouldn't be doing nothing but crying and hoping somebody else would do something about it. They would have got ate up and got their brains ate out in literally the first 30 seconds of the whole film. You know what I'm saying? But I really do think that's another reason why black men, that those type of black men gravitate towards white women as well, because they're both like, I don't know, it's like they're, what is it, two sides of the same coin? I think that's what people say. Because if you notice that you see like black men that like are with black women, and I mean like they're in healthy relationships or loving relationships, and they seem like they really love black men, black women, those type of black men. If you notice, they always have a certain type of demeanor, and it's like a strong, like masculine presence. Those type of black men, but the ones that's always talking about like, you know, where's the white women at, or where's the non-black women at? You can always see their aura is like on a negative 3,000. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, if y'all have ever seen that or not. But I'm gonna go back up here and start at the top and work my way back down again. Sunshine, did you have something to say, sis?
Piggyback on the what y'all was talking about, the desirability. These dudes are narcissists and they project a lot. Okay, they project. They these black men always be like, everybody want me. Everybody want me. I could go to, the passport, bro. I could go to the DR. They want me. I could go to what's the other one? Colombia, they want me. Like, nobody wants you. You're a trick to those women. And they putting you out they country too. You getting caught up and you running through all these STDs and all of this stuff. And like you were saying, it's a separation between us and them. We don't do that. We don't project like everybody want us. Oh, we so desirable. Oh, this, that, and the other. We don't do that. We just drink our water, and take care of our skin and our hair and make our money. We don't be, broadcasting everybody want us. We so desire. That's a projection. And then they not even desirable. Like, they be wanting us to be, like you said, a 20,000, but they got pot bellies, they ghetto, they dusty, they broke. Like most of them don't have money like Shannon Sharpe, but they be on that. It's just the projection is just crazy, and it need to stop. So yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And you know what's crazy is that whole most desirable thing. I was just sitting here thinking about this. I actually felt bad about it because I had actually heard about two stories of black men that were semi truck drivers or whatever disappearing. I think they both were dropping loads off in North Carolina. They found one of the black men well hanging from a tree, and supposedly I guess they're saying like he did it or whatever, but of course, we know that's not the case. And so I was watching this black woman break down what she thought, which I actually think that she was onto something. She was saying that she believes that because it's another black man that was talking to his wife or whatever, and he was telling her that he was on his way back. He was just gonna go stop inside and this like gas station and get him some coffee or whatever. And she said that's the last time she heard from her husband, and he'd been missing for a while now. And I think they found his truck or whatever empty or whatnot. And and she was saying that she felt like what's happening is the police are probably targeting these black men, and that's the only way that they can get black men to like, just accept what's going on, to like comply, so they can probably like handcuff them and then do whatever it is that they're gonna do to them. And I really do believe that that's what's going on. I do believe that it's a targeted attack against black men and even other, because it's not like just black men have disappeared, like dropping loads off. It's like two cases that I know. One black woman disappeared, and it was also not that a stud is not a woman, because it is, but just like a masculine presenting woman as well. A stud, she disappeared as well, I think, but they found her, if I'm not mistaken, unalived. I can't remember if she was raped or not, but in those scenarios, right, I was thinking like, I don't know how black men make the connection when those type of things happen to where y'all are the most desirable and y'all are the most, everybody wants y'all and wants to be around y'all. If y'all are the most desirable to these white women, then why are their daddies and they brothers and they nephews and they uncles unaliving y'all? Huh? Why is that happening? I could have sworn that y'all are the most desirable. It doesn't seem like you're the most desirable and people would rather see you swinging from a tree like strange fruit than when you try to deliver some stuff that they need through their community. Like, what? And I wish that more black men would realize that. Like, I saw a video of, like, it was like he was a younger black man trying to go door to door for something, and these white tea people, it was a white tea man and woman, was calling them all type of N-words with the hard R, and calling them, saying that they was going, next time they was going to hang them and all of this crazy stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Why is it that first of all, Mr. C, I just noticed that you said in the comments, you said it's called competition. That is the dumbest thing that you could have ever said in your freaking life, because it's not just white men that do that. It's white women that do the exact same thing. Are you dumb? Like, it's not just white men. It's white women that feel the same way about y'all, that think y'all are the same thing. Are you okay? Like, it's like y'all are so freaking delusional that y'all don't even make sense with the things that y'all freaking say. First, y'all want to say that y'all got it so hard as black men and nobody likes y'all and y'all public enemy number one. And why are these Karens bothering you and all of this stuff? To now it's competition. Like, what? Like, do y'all be believing the crazy stuff that y'all say? Like, do y'all really believe it? Do y'all really need to be accepted by other races that badly that you would just lie to yourself? It's just like I tell my kids. I tell my kids that, there are people that tell lies and whatever, you shouldn't lie, but whatever that is, sometimes people gonna lie. But one person you should never lie to is yourself. If you lie to yourself, you are a truly deranged, psychotic individual to lie to yourself. And that is what black men do, the collective of y'all do every day. Y'all lie to yourselves about y'all place in society. Y'all lie to yourself about how y'all are perceived. Y'all lie to yourself about who really likes y'all. That's scary. That's actually scary. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to know, statistically, the majority of non-black women do not want y'all and do not check for y'all. Y'all only get the cast-offs and the bottom of the barrel women. Like, how many of y'all are with Victoria's Secret models? Or are y'all with the big back Beckies? Huh? That are broke. Or they're paying your bills because they know that nobody else will like them. Please make it make sense. No, you lie to yourself. That's the reason you so much lying to yourself that you don't even want to get up here in a box and answer my question. Like, you sitting up here with a blank profile talking about how desirable you are. If you was desirable, you have a picture up. Because that's what people do when they are actually proud of what they look like. I took the picture of myself down for safety purposes. But it did used to be up. So what's your excuse, Mr. C? Exactly. Let me go down here to Supervillain and then Calandra.
Yeah, well, evidence right there. You were at least trying to show some sort of empathy and explain their plight. And what do? Come up and mess it up and say something stupid. This is why I give them no grace, no excuses, absolutely none. For the desirability, excuse me, code. I absolutely wish black women were actually undesirable. I wish I could come on the internet, specifically TikTok, and not hear one story, complaints, copycat, just one thing about black women. If I ever came on TikTok for one day only, it never happened. It never happens. There's always some story about how somebody copied a black woman. There's some story about somebody complaining about black woman, black woman, black woman, black woman. Y'all don't remember that sound? Black woman, black woman, black woman, black woman, when they're saying black woman over and over again, and it's a whole bunch of clips from different videos with people talking about black women. They said it like 100 times. It's the sound. It's like a whole bunch of different people just saying the word black women, and they're about to complain or say something about black women. We are undesirable when we can get on this internet and nobody's talking about us. Nobody has nothing to say. The thing is, the opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy. It's when they don't care. And we will never get on the internet and they're not saying anything about a black woman. But they may not love black women. A lot of them hate black women, but definitely has nothing to do with desirability. A lot of these dudes hate the women that they desire. So that we got to stop listening to that. And by the way, who cares if we're desired by them anyway? You're talking about a demographic that does it with monitor lizards and apple pies. Like, I would really, really care less about what men find desirable. Again, they're doing it with monitor lizards. You can't leave an apple pie on your kitchen counter and it be safe. So who cares about what they think? I did want to say, this has to be studied. This particular case with Shannon Sharpe, because I'm really trying to wrap it around my head. Trig. We have black women who can't get money from black men for their kids. We got black women who've been married to men and have endured so much, and they don't get 10% of alimony. We just seen this black man give up his whole career for some cheeks. I still can't wrap my head around it. Somebody also mentioned generational wealth. Wasn't that their favorite term last year? Generational wealth, legacy, generational. Where? Y'all just get. I can't wrap my head around it, Drake. I'm still, and then the nerve to call black women gold diggers. I better not ever hear another black man call another black woman. What black woman is receiving $23 million? Let me know the last black woman that received $23 million from a black man. They better not never put black women and gold digging in the same sentence. Black women are copper diggers. We are copper diggers. We are digging for pennies. Not compared to these women. Absolutely not. Yo.
I definitely agree with you. I think that moving forward, I bet not hear no more from these suckers either that black women are gold digging, because a black woman could never gold dig and as much as these white tea women do, period. And definitely get it and get all the funds that they need. Run them pockets completely in their entirety. And not only that, but cause this man to get fired and to lose out on $100 million deal. Gone. That doesn't make any sense. Like that's the most expensive piece of mediocre punani that he could have ever paid. That's just crazy to me. And also I wanted to say, back to what I was saying earlier about the black men that were losing their lives or disappearing, dropping off loads at truckers. I wanted to say that I am not a heartless individual. I feel actually really bad for those black men that are missing or that have lost their lives trucking by racist white tea people, because that is definitely a network and it's definitely something going on with like racially motivated with racist white tea people. If anybody doesn't know, still to this day here in the United States, black people experience the most hate crimes statistically, and the number one perpetrator of those hate crimes are white tea people. So I feel bad about it, but my thing about it is that it's been so many times I've seen certain things happen that might be affecting black men more, that I feel like it's unfair. But I always just go ahead and shut my mouth and I don't say anything and I don't make any videos about it, just simply because I don't feel like the empathy that I feel for them. Like, even because I can't, I'm an empathetic person by nature, so I can't turn it off. So the empathy that I feel for them when I see certain things go on, because I don't know what type of person that particular black man was. He could have been a good black man. He could have been, a black man that loves his family and doesn't treat black women wrong. But because of so many of them and how they behave, I just feel like I personally can't just go out on a limb and start making content and making things for them and bringing out awareness, because at the end of the day, where is that return when it comes to black women? And I don't know. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? It's something that I struggle with sometimes, because I do see things that I find to be unfair, but it's just like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. Let me go out here to Calandra. Yes, if to say Calandra. If you didn't, that's okay too. Yeah, maybe she is away from her phone, but yeah, it's just like oh, y'all is skipping. Let me see who's in here. Okay, I might have to block some people. If y'all could try to like the live, that normally will combat the skipping, because somebody is probably reporting it, y'all. Because that's normally what goes on. I get some haters in here that want to report the live, which I never understood that, because when I'm around, men that are saying things on these TikTok streets, I just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I just keep scrolling. But for some reason, these men that claim that they're not emotional get in their feelings really bad and want to report. You don't see anybody immediately to block. Calandra, you there? All right. Well, did either of y'all, Chrissy Baby or Super Villain, y'all have anything to say?
I did want to talk about what you were just saying. I think also the other issue is I don't see a lot of advocacy when it comes to black men talking about those situations or joining together and fighting against that. Like, they're mostly occupying their time talking about lashes, or you know what I mean, or trivial BS all day online. And we're in the middle of a YT supremacist uprising, and they're the leaders of the community, and they're still just like la la la, lashes, wigs, and weaves, and you know what I mean. It's just that I think that's the part where it's just like, dang, everything got to burn down before you guys realize? I don't know. I don't see them collectively waking up.
You know what? I don't either. It seems like, because I'll be honest with you. the majority of people that I saw talking about the black men that disappeared, from like the semi trucking was basically black women. And I saw one black man talk about like not delivering to North Carolina anymore. And I was thinking that as much as black men unite to talk about like Miss Chrissy Baby was saying, they don't like wigs, lashes, and weaves and all of that. And they can unite and talk about things that have no bearing on like their position in society or their health and safety, but they won't unite and say, hey, you know what, let's secretly do a clandestine mission to where we follow behind these truckers, maybe one that's going to North Carolina, and see what's going on, and see the issue, see if we can dig deep and find out what's going on. And then if we do find out what's going on, we handle it. You know what I'm saying? You never see that. Like I said, the only time you see black men get aggressive and get buck and act like they gonna stand on business is when it comes to a black woman. They don't have no problem, yelling and screaming at you, or trying to whop you in your head, or trying to cuss you out, or trying to flex on you. But when it comes to everybody else, now all of a sudden they don't got no type of, you know what I'm saying, back talk. No sassy mouth for nobody else. And that to me is the reason why, white tea men continue to be able to do what they want to do with them. Because if white tea men really felt like black men were a threat, really like that, or if they felt like they got down the way that they got down, there wouldn't be no way that they would be terrorizing black men like this when they are taking these lows different places. If black men have represented themselves as the type to crash out for real, and I'm not talking about crashing out against each other, because black men do that all day. They'll take a life of a man that look like them all day with no problem. But if he don't look like him, then now all of a sudden he got to use some type of restraint. But this is black men don't understand that they're their own worst enemies by making themselves look weak and buck broken to society. Like all of these lives, all the black men, talk about, oh yeah, I prefer white women over my own. I prefer this and that. All of this buck broken behavior, they think it's hurting black women. But at the end of the day, it's really hurting them, because the other races of people, especially these white men, are witnessing it and watching it. And they're like, okay, and they're taking notes. These dudes are suckers. These dudes don't have any backbone. These dudes are afraid. They're not going to stand up for anything. They're just going to go ahead and comply and let us do whatever they want to them. And when we do things that we know we're not supposed to do, nobody's going to stand up and go to justice. Nobody's going to stand up and do street justice or do anything. They're just going to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, I think it was like Botham Jean, who was unalived in his own apartment by this white tea cop lady who acted like she didn't know that was his apartment. She said she thought it was hers, and she unalived him. And then the son, his brother, hugged the lady at the trial. I was so disgusted by that. I know he was a younger. I can't remember if he was under the age of 18, but I don't think so. The brother that hugged the white lady. I was so disgusted by that. Like, this lady unalived your brother in cold. I was so disgusted by that. Like, this lady unalived your brother in cold blood. And you sitting there hugging this lady? What is wrong with you? You are literally a buck broken piece of like, honestly, why white men feel like they can prey on black men, because they know at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many black men that they leave hanging from trees. Black men not gonna do nothing about it. Black men just gonna get on TikTok and say, oh, we scared, we scared, we scared, we scared. And then they just nothing else is gonna happen. Y'all not gonna bring the rage to these white men's door. You're not gonna make them feel scared or worried for their life. You just gonna keep going. And I really think it's just like I said, it's very, very embarrassing that these are the men that are supposedly the supposed leaders or protectors of the black community, even though they're none of those things. It's just embarrassing. And oftentimes I feel like black women have a more warrior spirit than them. Like I said, I know that it's something spiritual that has occurred in them. And for anybody to say that I'm talking about all black men, I'm not. But I would be lying if I didn't say that this is not It is the collective of black men's behavior. You may have some outliers here and there that don't play like that, but the majority do. And that's the reason why these things happen, because they know that the majority of y'all are like this. It's embarrassing, like, honestly. Did you have something to say, supervillain?
I'm just gonna agree. I was gonna say earlier, they're not gonna do anything because they like the position that they're in. They like that they have access to white tea women. They like that they can make a little bit of change, to keep a light on, a light bill on, and order DoorDash. They're absolutely fine with where they are. They're complacent. Remember the last time they actually fought something without black women's help, by the way, is when they were trying to help pass miscegenation laws. Now they failed. It took a white tea man and a black woman to do it. But I believe that time and then the time where they were fighting for the right to keep hip hop going, even though it was vulgar at the time, those were like the two only times that they were actually able to come in community and do something outside the help of black women. So I'm gonna just say they're comfortable. We are fighting for our rights, but they're absolutely comfortable. It's a facade that they're doing. They don't want anything to change. They don't want any real responsibility because that would include work. They're pretty much happy where they are, and when we start realizing that, maybe we can, as black women, operate or navigate accordingly. Until then, we're going to keep wondering why they're doing what they're doing. This is behavior they have displayed before white tea supremacy, chattel slavery. This is a conversation. What do I say, Trig, all the time? We've had this conversation 500 years ago. We'll likely be having this conversation in 500 years. This is just, I don't know if it's nurture, nature. Again, I'm not the one with all the answers. I never claimed to be. I just know this is a pattern that predates chattel slavery. It predates white supremacy. This is a pathology they've been holding on to for a very long time.
All right, supervillain. Let me go down here to Cam. I think Cam said she has something to say. Go ahead, Cam.
Hi. Yeah, this whole thing that you guys are talking about really reminded me of something that made me upset recently. I don't know the name of the boy who went on to the Breakfast Club or like
Neon.
yeah. He went on there and like the only person to really like get on him and call him out was just hilarious. And like I was just so shocked by that. Like Charlemagne continuously kept giving him pass after pass after pass, being like, "Oh, but he was young when he said it, this, that, and the third." And I was just like, wow, I can't believe like you're not more offended or you're not even trying to like essentially hold this boy accountable. And then I went to go see what like, okay, what are the other like popular black streamers saying about this? Because I know the little boy, Neon, he had called Kai's mother like some derogatory terms, said he was gonna F her and all this other stuff. And then Kai Cenat was just up there like, oh, yeah, it's whatever, dog. Like, just no sense of like self-respect or wanting to protect what's yours. And then the craziest thing about it is I saw people who were like, I guess left-leaning black people on TikTok. They were like, good for Just Hilarious. Like, thank her for like standing up for us. They were just having like all this praise to say about her, but there was one particular black man who made a video, and he started the video like saying all this crazy stuff about Jess Hilarious because I guess she had something controversial to say about the tea community, and I was just so like taken aback by the fact that instead of like actually praising her or going after Charlemagne for excusing the boy, he had all this stuff to say about Jess because essentially like she wasn't like politically aligned with him or whatever. But I don't know. I just totally agree with what you guys are saying. Like they're not protecting anything at all. They're so easy and willing to bend over for another man. Like it's just the weirdest thing ever to see, especially if you like been growing up with this messaging that, oh, men are the protectors, men are the leaders. In that moment, the only person who was leading and protecting was a woman. And that was just like really confusing to me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Neon, he is 20 years old. So he's a man and he knows exactly, you know what I'm saying, what he's saying. And I think that T Scorpio in the comments, she made a great point because she was like, compare the way Charlemagne talked to Neon versus how he talked to Lil Mama. And that is so true. Like he had Lil Mama on there, totally disrespected her, totally talked down to her, totally made her cry. He gave her no type of sympathy or empathy, just straight disrespected her. But that's exactly the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Black men have all of this aggression, you know, and this back talk for black women that have no problem with doing it and getting buck with a black woman. But as soon as it's a non-black person, they get real submissive. They get on their hands and knees real quick to get bent over. And that to me is what is so disgusting about black men. Honestly, I can't tell you how many TikToks that I saw of black men defending Neon, saying that the way they talked to him wasn't right and da da da. This man Neon talked about black people, said he hated them, called them lazy, encouraged other people when he was on a platform as white people to talk about how much they didn't like black people either. He called Kai Cenat's mama a fat black Harriet Tubman and all of this other stuff. And just like Kai Cenat, you sitting there with your behind and you gonna sit there and act like it's okay. And he racially violated your mama. Like all of these things are the reason why the black community is a joke, because the men in the community don't stand on anything. If they can't get on their hands and knees and gargle the balls of white supremacy, then they not trying to do nothing else. And I just hope that more things like this happening to Shannon Sharpe, it happens to more black men. And it's crazy because the other black men are doing the same thing. And it's like, I don't know, I won't die trying to get sued, but I'll just say allegedly, and I'm sure that y'all know who I'm talking about. A black basketball player who is called a king, okay, that has a black wife and black children, loves white tea women, loves tricking on them, be cheating on his wife all the time with white tea women and non-black women. And I know this for a fact, but his favorite pick and choice is white tea women. It's only a matter of time before that man is exposed, because what's done in the dark always comes to the light. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and Fanay in the comments is correct. And that's my thing, is that y'all don't understand this psychology runs deep in black men, and I don't even understand why. Like, it's very disturbing to me how, I don't know, it's just like I said, it's very weird. It's very weird. And I don't, because people say, well, oh, why are you talking about like them talking to white tea women when you encourage black women to date out? The whole thing of black women dating out and black men, you know, choosing to go after their slave master's daughter is totally different. Because I don't just encourage black women I encourage them to date any race of man, including black men. Any race that's going to treat you right, that's where you should go to. But you shouldn't just be loyal to black men because they're not deserving of that one-sided loyalty. But I'll say that black women's motivations for dating out are not rooted in self-hatred, you know. And you know, I don't know, it's just very strange. And I hope that more things like this come down the pipeline. I hope that all of y'all freaking simping, buck broken, snow bunny whisperers, I hope all of y'all end up broken in the poorhouse. And I hope that all of your generational wealth goes right back into those white tea people hands. I do. And I hope that you, like I said, you have to sit there and be the greeter at Walmart, you know, just right there in the front saying hello. Hey, how you doing? Goodbye. Hope you had a good time shopping. I hope that's what all of you Negroes get. But let me go over here to Man Tears. Oh my goodness, Man Tears over over ice. Go ahead, sis.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Yeah, so um I didn't really like too much well, I just got in and I heard just a little bit of what y'all was talking about, but I kinda wanna speak on the prompt. Um it's just kinda like crazy to me that the very money that they are basically taking, well, not taking away, but hiding from us white tea women are taken from them. I mean, how many times have they have called us gold diggers? Oh, you don't want me nothing but my money. But it's kind of hilarious how the white tea woman is doing the very thing that they claim that we are doing, which is kind of crazy to me. And actually, I kind of love that for them. How many times have you seen the Kardashians? They come from nothing to something. I mean, how many white tea women are they going to put on to where they can kind of just wake up about it? I mean, I don't even think they're going to wake up. I think it's going to continue to go. But I just find that it's just kind of hilarious how they call us the biggest gold diggers, but this obviously, an average Joe just basically just got 100 million in our land.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you for sure. And hey, that's what they say. But as long as they keep believing that, they pockets gonna keep being empty. Because $123 million, the $23 million payout that he allegedly had to pay her, then not to mention this $100 million deal gone, that's $123 million gone. Because you can't not be a buck broken sucker. Like, wow, that's so crazy. Like, the majority of people will never have the opportunity to ever have that type of money. The fact that this man had that type of money in the palm of his hand only to lose it is so embarrassing. And then, like I said, y'all, it's even more embarrassing because this man is 57 and he got gamed on by a 18, because they said he started messing with her in 2023, and it's 2025 now, and she's 20 now. So more than likely at 18 or 19, right, depending on where she was born, you let a teenager game you out of that much money and you almost 60. That's so what?
Yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you the thing about it is some white tea girls they already know the game. They've been taught the game. The mother already told them like, look, girl, get around, the group of men that got some money, okay? And that's exactly what she did. And then she saw her easy target, which was, a black man, of course. They easy. They She already know. That's why she said, in the text, yeah, I just want to have your big black baby. Like what type? Like, Lord have mercy. It's crazy. They easy. The easy come up is a black man. And if I was a white tea woman, I would do the same. I'm not gonna even lie. I would do the same. Because if I could come up 20-year old, come up on 100 million, yeah,
All right.
Something real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Trigger. I just could not wrap my head around that somebody was able to get $23 million out of a black man, outside of child support, outside of a prenup. I'm like, are we not? I'm sorry, but no child support, no prenup, 23 million. Who do you know? What black woman do you know that receives 23 million in alimony, child support, or whatever from a black man? Like, that is the part I cannot wrap my head around. No child support, no alimony. $23 million. This guy is a goofball. I still can't wrap my head around it. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree
oh
with you.
yeah. Teach me the game, okay?
Yeah, for real. Let me go up here to Miss Chrissy, baby. Did you have something to say, sis?
Agree with Supervillain. He only made, well, not only, but he made 22 million throughout his NFL career, and so basically she got $1 million more than what he made in his whole career, which is insanity. And they complain about paying $25 a month on child support. And I'm not even just talking about just the regular brokies. I'm talking about NFL guys are fighting not to pay child support if they had a black baby mother from like college or, back in their hometown. Like, it's insane. And it is a game. Like, Remember when Hulk Hogan was cussing out his daughter, and he was like, "You're not gonna date no hard ER," and I might be a little bit okay with it if you date a hard ER that's like a football player or an athlete. I mean, they even know. They know. They don't even. They might not even like you, but they know they're gonna come up on some millions. So,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. And that whole Hulk Hogan thing, that also made me mad. Cause I seen so many black men defending Hulk Hogan online. And that also disgusted me too, because it's just like, what is wrong with y'all? They just always be on the wrong side of everything. It's just so embarrassing. Kalandra, you there, sis? Let me see if I can turn her mic on. You there, Kalandra? She might be gone. I don't know. I wonder if she might be having difficulty with her connection. I wonder if I should drop her or not. And then maybe she can come back. I'm not for sure. Cam, did you have anything to say?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Like I said, I mean, I really, Shannon Sharpe is really not anything special. There are so many men like him, like especially celebrities, buck broken black men that would give their left testicle to be used and abused by a mediocre looking white tea woman, while all the while having these standards for a black woman to be absolute perfection, for her to only get $1.50 out of them. This is not anything, out of the ordinary. And that in itself to me is disappointing, that this isn't anything out of the ordinary. I remember the football player Michael Strahan. I can't remember if he still does the Today Show or not. Y'all have to let me know if y'all know who that is. He also married a white woman, had children with her, ended up paying her millions and millions and millions of dollars. He paid her millions and millions of dollars in like spousal support and child support. She tried to take him back to get a whole bunch more money, and apparently she had cheated on him and did all of this stuff. And that happens with so many of them. They so busy thinking that white tea is right, that they don't see that the only reason why they feel that way is because they buck broken. It's like, it's really a strange situation. Like, honestly, I can't grasp it. Just like super villain, when I talk about it, she always mentions that black men have been doing this for a long time, longer time than that has been over here. um but I just wonder, I wonder what the cause is, what the reason is, regardless on what you believe on when it started. I want to know what the cause behind it is, because anytime there's some type of behavior going on, there has to be a cause for it. And I also want to know why black women are not affected by it in the way that black men are. That's what I want to know, because it can't be that it's just black people, because why aren't black women affected by it? You know? I mean, I'm not saying you don't have any black women that are, self-hating or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? The collective of black women are not like that. So why is it not affecting the collective of black women in that way? That is what I really, I swear, I say this all the time. I'm really about to like really take my time to do like a super, super deep dive and research this. I might not come out with any answers, but I really want to know, because
Don't
it's,
do it.
I think it's because
As
they
somebody
sold
who's
us.
done it, do not do it. It will drive you insane. I came to a point, I tried that investigation, and I got to a point where I had to realize all I can do now is operate accordingly. You're going to try to do that deep dive, and you might not pull out of it. It's not worth it, because you know what? Even if you find the answer, they ain't going to change. They've been doing this forever. I'm telling you, as a sister who loves you, don't do it. It's a waste of time. Save your energy for what you're doing right now, Mother Nature's work, uplifting the black woman and creating a safe space. I would hate for you to go down there and lose your mind. It's not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Because they're not going to change. It doesn't even matter. The why doesn't even matter anymore. It's been so long, the why literally doesn't matter anymore. Again, we're going to have this conversation in 500 years. I keep telling y'all that. It's really, I only say that because I've been down that road, and I had to learn quickly and harshly that at this point the why doesn't even matter anymore.
all right, super villain. All right, let me go up here. I think Miss Chrissy, baby, was you trying to say something?
It might be controversial, but I think I know why. It's just hard to say. I think you can call it a curse or just generational guilt. A curse or just generational guilt. I think they know that the men originally, before we got to this land, sold us off. I think when we got to this land, we did 400 years with no type of rescue. You know what I mean? Um, I think there's like this deep seated like hate and guilt of the fact that they know internally that they somewhat put our community in this predicament, and instead of holding themselves accountable for it, like usual, what they usually do is they project. I think that they, someone's grandfather, great grandfather was in the cabin when there was a knock on the door and their daughter and their wife had to go inside and do heinous things, or he had to go inside and do heinous things, and there was no widespread revolt or anything against that. And I think they know internally that they probably look weak in the grand scheme of things, and they overcompensate with the hypermasculinity. They overcompensate with always caping for the white tea man. Like, I'm a man. Like, they're just constantly proving that they're a man because the history kind of says otherwise. And it sounds kind of harsh to say, but I think there's a generational subconscious shame and guilt that they're not standing up. Now, if they could take that and make it a positive thing and reverse all that, but I think they just have a problem with narcissism and projecting.
All right, all right, all right, Miss Chrissy, baby. I just wanted to say to Cookie in the comments, you said it was skipping. Girl, let me tell you something. I blocked 2 men. Like, anytime y'all tell me right, y'all tell me that it's skipping. My first thing is to always look in the guest box to see if there are men in there. Cause I can't see everybody that's in the live, but they put a few people in the box for you to look at. And anytime I see like men in there, I just automatically block them. And I will tell you 9 times out of 10, when I do that, y'all tell me that the live stopped skipping. And that's just crazy to me. It really is. It's nuts. Yes, it stops every time I block them too. Like, anytime there's men in there and I see them in and y'all say that it's skipping and I block them in, that it stops skipping. And the fact that they would sit there and even listen to these things, because I know that everybody, all of us sometimes have controversial takes, me, Supervillain, Miss Chrissy, baby, maybe even Cam, or, Man Tears. But I would just say that nothing that, Man Tears, but I would just say that nothing that we saying is like hateful. It's things that are rooted in fact and reality. And the fact that they get so mad that they want to report it and get it taken down is really crazy to me, because when I see them doing lives, they never come at anything from like an a type of from an angle that we're doing it right now. It's always, oh, I don't like their hair, I don't like they bodies, I don't like it's always something very immature that lacks no depth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can you expect us to be cool with the things that y'all say, but when we actually give y'all things, yes, like historical and scientific data, you're mad about that, and that's what makes you want to, like, it was just like earlier today, and I know for a fact I seen him in T Scorpio live before. I think his name is like Rich. C something Rich, C55 Rich, or something like that. I'm pretty sure, Supervillain, you probably talked to him before. He sound like really slow. Like, he be like I know I if I can't really totally imitate his voice, he'd be like, Ed, how you
I
doing,
know who
Stu?
you're talking about.
How you
I was
doing,
like,
Stu? How you doing? How you doing, T Scorpio today? How you doing, ladies? Now y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's from North Carolina. He was
yes,
a
girl.
mutual or former mutual of me and T, and something happened on a live, and we stopped. Like, we just stopped going to his space. Sometimes I'll pop in over there, but He's from North Carolina. They got a slow twang or something like that. But I know who you're
Girl,
talking about.
you know
He
what?
be on this Nick live.
I accidentally, right, went on this man's page because I was looking in the lives, right? And I was just scrolling, and there was everybody that he had on the panel, for the most part I had already blocked before. So he was the only one, no, him, and it was one more person that I had blocked, but everybody else I had blocked. So I already knew I wasn't even gonna like the panel that was talking. But I got roped in because it was a dude up there, and he was saying that like women want to act like women aren't at risk for being unalived by other women. It's equal. The same risk that they have for like men and women basically is the same. And he was like, nobody ever talks about the fact of child abuse, and that the majority of all child abuse cases are women, you know. And I knew that he was wrong, period, because when you look up child abuse, they have different, things that what is considered child abuse. You got child neglect, you got physical abuse, you got mental abuse, you have uh it was like a couple other things too underneath the child abuse. With medical neglect, they consider that separate, and a whole bunch of other things. Now, women do make up the most cases of like neglect, which could be leaving them somewhere, dropping them off, whatever the case may be. But still, physical abuse and schmexual abuse schmexual abuse is overwhelmingly men. Of course, it was like when I looked at the study that they had from 2013, it was like basically like 48,000 cases that they pulled from were men, and it was like 1,500 cases were women. And then even with the physical abuse, it was still more men than women. But like I said before, women made up a lot more cases of neglect, which you don't know, neglect could be a whole host of things. So I was like, bro, I'm about to just go up here and just say this, you know what I'm saying? And when I added myself up, it was a black woman that was up there, and she was like, yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off what you call it, the other man said, because women do be doing abusing people, abusing the kids. And what about the daycare workers that be abusing the kids? Don't those be women? We got to stop acting like we as women don't have to worry about other women. And I could tell that she was just trying to man me and make that man feel, good about himself. But what was irritating me is that guy, the rich guy, he always try to be in women's spaces and try to act like he this nice guy. Cause he was like, yeah, cause I just want to say that it's some good men's out there. It's some
Girl.
good black men's out there too. So we got to talk about the good black men's as well. As well. And he was really getting on my nerves because those be the worst type of dudes that I really don't
Yes.
trust on freaking TikTok. Those ones that want to come in your space and act like they the good black man.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time they either trying to get in your drawers, or they trying to just come up there and find some way to pretend that they cool with black women so they can still say the same BS that they was about to say. And I really feel like he's that way. And that's why, like I say, I be telling black women, like, none of these black men, and either right, and I'm not just talking about black men either. None of these men that you see on TikTok, you should be trusting and listening to. You don't know them. You don't know them personally. You don't know if they mean what they say. You don't know if they tell you one thing and secretly at home they beating the brakes off their woman or their girlfriend, or they are a womanizer. You have no idea. So I have no idea why black women want to trust men in their spaces. Like, I don't talk to none of these knickknacks. Period. None of them. I don't talk to none of them. I don't trust none of them. I don't, just like I always tell y'all all the time, I don't with public offender. I don't with controversial Shannon. I don't with, what is it that somebody told me about this dude named Navi? I don't with, what's the other dude? Mike the Voice. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I think it's because I got him blocked. I don't follow or listen to none of these dudes because they can't be trusted. But anyway, I just said all of that to say, yeah, I blocked that rich dude today. Because after I said what I wanted to say about the stats about child abuse, then I just went ahead and blocked him because it was just so annoying to me. Don't try to make it seem like it's equal, because it's not equal. Women do not do what men do, period. This isn't to say that there aren't any women that do things they ain't got no business doing. It is true. But women don't do it on a large level. They don't. And me, you want to get in your feelings about that, get in your feelings, but it doesn't stop what I'm saying, that it's an accurate truth. And that's what I told him today. I said, y'all cannot like what I said, but y'all cannot debunk what I said. The things that I said are super factual and accurate. I said, y'all say that y'all want logic, y'all want facts over feelings, but then when somebody give you that, then you start crying. Then you start whining. Did you have something to say, man, Tears? Was that you?
I'm sorry, what you say?
Oh, I
I
was
was
just
talking
saying,
to
did you have
Jay.
something to say, man, Tears?
Oh no, yeah, I actually about Rich. Like I knew him from off of Liz Live, and I thought he was cool, until I noticed like a change with him is when he started going live himself, and it was just all red pill, and I'm like, whoa. So yeah, I think it's all men can be trusted honestly within our spaces, and yeah, that's what I wanted to say regarding Rich.
Say something also, Trey.
Yes, yes,
Just
go ahead.
just for full disclosure and complete transparency, because I'm always going to keep it real. I used to be a former mod on his panels way back in the day. At that time, I always look side eye at male creators. I always feel like it's a matter of time till the shoe fell off, but he lasted a long time. Now I'm gonna say, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, it was a huge thing. I and T got into it on his panel, and it was actually about the Shannon Sharpe thing, which is pretty ironic that that's the topic. But we had noticed a lot of signs of the red pilling and the grifting beforehand, so we would visit the live less and less, but we were mods. But at one point, something really just disgusting happened on the panel, and we were like, nah, it's another one bites the dust. So it's absolutely, and it's coming from me, all men. I just want to say, because I do have people who have, even though this is like my a millionth account, I do have people who have followed me before and see me as a mod. I don't want it to be like, oh, Supervillain was a mod and talking. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I was a mod on his panel, on his lives. Since then, something happened with the Shannon Sharpe thing. We got into a big tussle. I do not mod there anymore, but I just wanted to be completely transparent because I love y'all. I'm always gonna tell y'all the truth. That's it. That's all.
Okay, no problem, sis. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've come across him. He came in a live of mine a time or two, but I don't think he really liked my energy. But I know he came into my live a time or two. Sometimes I would look into the guest list, and he would be in here just a listening. And I have seen him on T's lives before, but he always sounded very delayed to me, like I said, and I think it's beyond his accent. I just think he just sounded like delayed to me, like maybe his mom like accidentally rolled over on him for like a little bit of time when he was like an infant, and then she rolled off like right before he passed on. So that lack of oxygen, brain oxygen, slowed down his like mental faculties a little bit. That's exactly what he seems like happened. You know what I'm saying? He just lost a little bit of oxygen. You know what I'm saying? The oxygen was like about 3 minutes, depleted. Not 5 minutes to where it would like totally put you in brain dead mode, but just 3 minutes of lack of oxygen. So he was just like, and it gave him that voice. But you know what I'm saying? I just personally I'm just saying, I just can't trust no man to talk like that, like for real. Like the way he talked was just too much for me, bro. Like honestly, if you sound stupid, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna believe you stupid. I just I cannot. But like I said, I
I suffer from
really
sleep apnea, so I can't even comment.
you sound fine, supervillain. You sound fine, sister. I'm talking about this, man. You sound fine for real. Like honestly, I don't know laugh about that because no, you sound fine. But no, I'm just talking about him. Like he really did sound. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah. But this is not my first go round. It's like this other man. Y'all probably, I know y'all know him, but he don't come in here too much no more because I stopped responding to his DMs. I just told him one time, I was like, thank you, I appreciate you. And I stopped responding to him, and then he stopped coming in because I guess he thought he was gonna game on me. So it was like this is back when I used to have my pictures up on here. He would come in my lives and listen, and sometimes he would come on the panel, and he would always be very pro black womanish. And it was another black woman that sent me a message, and she was like, hey, I see this guy's in your lives. I just want you to know that he like tries to befriend black women, and then he'll ask them for like nudes, and then he will like blackmail them with those nudes in order to get those women to sleep with him. And I was just thinking to myself, like, first of all, not trying to be disrespectful, but I just can't. A woman over 30, in my opinion, falling for that type of game, I feel like you need your head checked. Your discernment is really off, and something's not right. Like, I could see a girl that's a teenager possibly falling for that, but a grown woman, 30 and up, like, baby girl, what the fuck is you doing? But anyway, he would come in my lives and he would say things and, be pro-black women. But once again, I don't trust none of these men. So it never works on me because I don't trust any of them. Even the ones that I never had a problem with, even the ones that sound nice, I don't trust any of them at all. And I don't like any of them. Like, I really don't. So, but anyway, he had sent me this message or whatever, and I didn't respond to it. And even after that, he sent me like a couple more messages, but I didn't answer. But I know exactly he was probably on the same type of time as well. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me block this person right here. Or no, that's it. Yeah. Oh no, somebody. I'm sorry, I was about to block somebody, but they ain't do nothing. But yeah, I like I said, it didn't happen to me. Well, number one, I'm married, but before, outside of that, I just never pay attention to these men at all because I really think that the majority of them are disingenuous, especially the ones that come into black women's spaces and they sit there and they listen, because when they listen, they become aware of what black women go through. They become aware that black women are unappreciated, that black women are hurting, that there are black women that are looking for love or looking for a man to be, because there's a lot of black women, in my opinion, that be in my lives talking cash money shit about how they don't like men. And this is not to any of the women that are on the panel right now. I don't want y'all to say I think I'm talking about y'all. It's not, but it's women that I know for a fact they talk about men a lot and how much they dislike men. But then I turn around and see them on panels with other men, and I can just tell that they really do want a man in their life. And that's the reason why they go in spaces to try to convince men that hate them that they actually have some type of worth or value, which I find to be insane. But if you want to do that, sister, you grown. I can't stop you from doing that. But I'll say that I think that those type of black women are the ones that these men prey on. And that's why they come in these spaces where black women are and hear their experiences so they can find better ways to manipulate these women into thinking that they are these nice guys that these black women have been hoping to find. And instead of actually helping these black women or loving these black women, they use it to get in their pants or to manipulate them into sending them intimate pictures or things like that of themselves, which is actually disgusting. Like, honestly, I can't even imagine like feeling comfortable in taking pictures, receiving pictures from a woman of her, naked or doing something, schmexual, and that you manipulated her into doing it. That's almost like grape, if you ask me. I feel like it's very akin to that. If it's not that, you know what I'm saying? But it's very close. If anything, they're like almost sisters. Well, I hate to use that type of terminology to say what I'm saying, but I'll just say synonymous. How about that? But yeah, anyway, I'm just saying, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't trust none of these men, and I can't see myself ever getting caught up in none of this because I don't trust none of them. And I will tell all the women, never trust none of them. I don't care what they say. I don't care if the things they said you felt like, it was just so on point and you never heard that perspective in your life and it makes so much sense. I promise you, if he said something that makes sense, he heard it from a black woman first. You just ain't hear it, but he heard it from a black woman first. So, go ahead, supervillain.
That is so true. I was even gonna say, as somebody who's been here for a while in this space, one of the biggest red flags to me are the men who are pro black women sitting in women panels. I just feel like it's easy to be an advocate in a women's space. When I see you out there and these other dudes panels fighting, going back and forth with them, maybe I'll consider it a little bit. But it's easy to be like, yeah, I love me some black women when you're in a safe space full of black women. When you're having this conversation outside where they're talking hella shit about black women in a room with 200 people, that's when I'll probably give you grace and be like, I can see him as an advocate. So that's one of the major signs because as women, you know what I say, Trig? I don't believe in good men, period. I believe men can do good things, and I think we as women conflate that with them being good people. But we hear a dude say something nice, and all of a sudden, we want to go and mule for him because he said something we agree with. Meanwhile, Trig been telling you that for the last 2 years on TikTok, right? Been telling women the same exact thing for the last 2 years, but everybody will mule to the new guy that's saying something that y'all like. We gotta stop doing that. I know it's again, I think it's the love starvedness for black women, but black women loving ourselves got to be enough at this point because we don't have nobody. We can't trust nobody. We can't really depend on anybody like that. And I'm not saying on an individual level, right? Because there are people who have successful relationships. I'm talking about as a collective. I'm talking about none of these niggas should be making money on TikTok off black women issues. All that money and support should be going to black women. But of course, that's not the case. I don't know. I yield.
All right, all right. Hey, Miss Layla, I see your comments that you're talking about Mr. Twinkle Toes, aka fingernail painters, aka the performative afflictor. I'll just say that. Me personally, I don't respect him either. He called black women oppressors, and he also insinuated that black women are the only ones that can be ghetto, not his snow bunny wife. And that is disgusting. I definitely don't trust Mr. Twinkle Toes at all. I guess I would say nail since he's doing that, but I'll just call him Twinkle Toes instead. Yeah, I don't respect him, and I don't care if he makes men uncomfortable. I would not support that man or give him a dime of my time, a view, a click, a watch, anything. He is a performative fake. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But he banks on black women want to see him fake protect them, or fake care about their issues, but he don't. But I don't understand how a man that looks like a literal like Ratatouille, I don't know how like anybody could even want to see him. Like he has a shiesty face. Like his whole spirit, the way he speak is shiesty. Like you could tell he don't mean he be saying. You could tell that he's chasing after views and chasing after money, and that's the only reason why he say half of the things he say. I literally ran across a live, and the only reason why I ran across the live is because he was the person that was holding the live was not blocked, even though I blocked the person right after because any person that's hosting him, you getting blocked because I don't want to see this Negro in my profile. But they were talking about like H phobia, and he was talking about how it's so upsetting to see like I guess that community or whatever something was harmful or disrespectful against them or whatever. I don't see him even, well, I don't keep up with him like that, but when I did run across his content before he got blocked, back when he used to follow me before I blocked him, he would talk about, I never saw him talk about black women that passionately, you know. I'm just disgusted by him, and I really think that it's upsetting to me to see black women constantly still support men that are just saying the things that black women say all the time. Like if you want to hear somebody go against somebody, like you can hear plenty of black women that do it on this app every day that go against men. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That that Negro don't care about nothing that's going on. He not going against these men for real. What is having a man in the live and going back and forth with him about? That ain't nothing. He not getting in the field and beating the brakes off these men. He not smacking the taste out of somebody's mouth that disrespected black women. He online in the comfort of his own home with his white wife playing what? Playing like he care? And he has a big, huge motivation to play like he care because black women line his pockets. So it's not like he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like y'all will understand when the next scandal happens and he's exposed that he always been using black women and he never cared and he never this that. Then y'all will be in my live again talking about I can't believe it. I can't believe public defender really hates black women. He was never doing anything for us. I don't even care that he's going against the men now. He was never on our side. I'm not following him anymore. And then I'll just be here to tell you I told you so. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens all the time. Like it happens all the time. I can't even tell you how many women, black women, have come up and it's been men that I've told them like, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you following this person?" And then they come back and say, "You were right. I can't believe I trusted him, Triggered. I can't believe it." I be thinking to myself, I be trying to be nice and give y'all grace. I don't be saying like, "Hey, you should have already known this, sister." You know what I'm saying? I just let it be. But like I said, in 2025, we gotta do better, bro. There's absolutely I said in 2025, we gotta do better, bro. There's absolutely no reason. Look, you guys are grown women. I can't stop you from doing anything, right? Y'all can make the decisions that y'all want to make. I can never stop you, and I would never I can make the decisions that y'all want to make. I can never stop you, and I would never want to stop you from having your own free will and choice. But I will say that honestly, following a man like that in 2025 is called black women oppressors. Said that black women are out here oppressing men, T men or T women, whatever. Excuse me, T women. Like, how can a woman ever oppress somebody with testicles? I don't care if they chopped them off or not. But anyway, let me go and see. Y'all said I'm skipping. Let me see if there's any dudes in here. Hold on. I don't see none. So y'all gotta probably like the live for me. But I'm probably skipping because people are probably mad at what I'm saying about twinkle toes. So that's probably what this is, because I promise you, black women will defend black men with their last breath, even against another black woman that has done nothing but uplift them. And that to me also is scary and crazy. Do you know how many, the first time I spoke out about Mr. Twinkle Toes and also Mr. Ponytail Puff, controversial Shannon, Mr. Ponytail Puff, how many black women were upset and mad at me? Like, very upset with me, very mad at me, very much talked about me and said that I was everything but a child of God on the strength of these men that would never, you know what I'm saying? They were very mad at me. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like if you wanna play for his team over me, that's cool. That's cool. I'll be here. I'll be here when he play in your face, and I'll hold open my arms and I'll give you a hug. I will say I told you so though, sister. But after, if you can get over me saying I told you so, we'll be back. Let me go over here at the top. Miss Chrissy, baby, did you have anything to say?
Yeah, I think as black women, there's definitely like I think I said this on this live before. I think there's like half and half. Well, okay, I think there's half pygmies, half women, not on that. But I think between the women that are not on that, I think there's half that have the feminine rage of the societal issues that we go through with our men, or not our men, but men, black men, or whatever. But they still have hope. You know what I mean? Like, I think, it's like a kid that you say, oh, you can't play video games. I don't like that video game anyway. And they vent about the video game all day, but they still internally still want the video game. And I think like in the beginning of, my deconstruction journey, like I still had like hope, not just hope for this romantic stuff. Like maybe my father can be a better person, or my brother, I still kind of just I was in denial of the reality. And I think it's exploitive, but I think sometimes women see those content creators and they're like, oh wow, he gets it, and they hold on so tight because maybe they feel like he can reckon with other men and they can get it together. And for me, like I said, I'm probably more on the misandry side of things. But I don't think everyone can do that. You know what I mean? Like I'm like this, not from, I wouldn't say it's all through trauma and stuff like that or whatever. I think most of my ideals come from working with all men and being in the aviation field where I'm like the only woman, and I actively see how they behave behind closed doors, what most women don't see. You know what I mean? So I think there's still hope. Like I think there's pick-me's, but I think there's people that are on the strong feminist side, but they still like on that side out of rage and like want to shake men and be like, why can't you just get it together? If that makes sense.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I totally get it. Understand what you're saying. And I think that is a part. I'll just say, I don't know. It does hurt my feelings a little bit because I just feel like, I don't know. It's like sometimes I feel like it's very blatant and easy to see, but it seems like for some black women, it just don't be easy to see. Like they don't see what I see, and I don't know. I don't know. That's why half the time when I be making videos, I'd be like, I'll be like, hey y'all, this is a wait and see video. Mark my words, this is gonna happen. Or I'll be like, hey, then I remember one time it was like, okay, this is sort of unrelated, but it's still the same thing. It was like when Miss Nikki Baby, if y'all know who that is from Love and Hip Hop, when Miss Nikki Baby came out and said that she was with Leangelo Ball, and she did that interview when she was pregnant with that man baby, and they were talking about marriage. Jason Lee was interviewing them, and she was like, yeah, I want to get married in like the next couple years or so, but you could tell she really wants to get married ASAP. And, he was like, she was like, yeah, and as long as it's on the table, it's fine. But, because I wouldn't be here if he just wasn't a possibility. And he sat there and shifted in his seat and said that he not itching to get married. You know what I'm saying? I knew then that he wasn't going to be with that lady. He wasn't going to marry her, that he didn't like her like that. And I had made a video and I said, it's very clear that this man don't like her like that. It's very clear he not going to marry her. It's very clear that she going to be a single mother. And it was so many black women that was in my comments telling me that I was a hater, that wasn't true. I'm wishing evil on them. And I was just like, no, I'm not. I said, if your discernment is good, if you work on it and you build it up, because your discernment is like a muscle, it has to be exercised. You have to work on it. You have to hone it. And once you do, it's very powerful. But black women specifically have a very powerful discernment and also intuition. It's just that so many black women have been shamed out of it or lied to out of it or gaslit out of it. And so they don't use it because they believe that they don't possess it. But anyway, I remember saying all of that. And then when all of that stuff happened, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And I made the video, the follow-up video, and was like, yeah, this is what I told y'all was going to happen. It was very clearly obvious that was going to happen to anybody that had any type of discernment. And then I remember I did a video about when the other girl got with him. I was like, this girl is definitely going to be in the same position. You can totally tell. And I remember I had did a clip of that BET award where he just left her right there. I'm going to tell you what, I got into it with a black woman on my YouTube page. I had to block her because I said that when he walked away, when the shade room person asked him to kiss her and he walked away and left her there, I said, that's a disrespect. He does not love her and he does not care for her, because even if he didn't want to kiss her because the shade room person asked, if he loved her, he would have did it anyway, because he would have known that she would have looked stupid. And he would want his woman that he loves to look stupid. A black woman told me, oh, that you don't know what you talking about. You don't know. He just didn't want to do it because he was irritated by the person they was trying to do this. You don't know what you're talking about. Her comment had like 50 likes on it. I said, okay. I said, I pinned a comment and I ended up unpinning it. I said, mark my words, this lady, things with her gonna end up bad too. He do not like her. Do you know it wasn't even that long after that? Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later, he filed for divorce on that lady and left her too, because it's very clear to see it. But it's like, I don't know, it'd be like so many black women, it'd be irritating me because I just be like, you don't see it? Like, you don't see that this nigga, excuse me. You don't see that this man is full of it? Like, you don't see that Mr. Twinkle Toes is full of it? You don't see that Mr. Ponytail Puff is full of it? Like, you don't see that? You actually believe that these men are genuine? and you actually and you believe you see something in them that you like enough that you want to sit there and consume their content, what the is wrong with your discernment and your intuition as a woman? I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe I should hold classes or something because it's just like it's disturbing. And then when I get proven right about it, it's like half the time the people that cuss me out don't even apologize. They just go on hating me. And it's just like, I don't know. It just be like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just saying, I probably just ran it. Let me not trauma dump. Saying, I probably just ran it. Let me not trauma dump on y'all. But it just be blowing me because it's like, I be right. And then some women still really don't like me after that. It's like really, it's really weird. But, did you have something to say, supervillain?
I'm gonna say, go ahead and trauma dump. I always find it interesting when you tell us like the things that you've gone through because I know it is super hard to be a content creator, period. Then to curate a space like this for Black women, I know it takes a toll on you. We're so grateful. So whenever you feel like you gotta share, do that thing. Feel comfortable. I do want to say, in instances like you were saying before, like that black lady who got at you, I believe they do see it, but like women like that, the women who got walked away from getting kissed, they see themselves in those women, and if they have some type of hope for those women, it's like having hope for themselves. It's like what we said the other day about seeing red flags and turning them orange. Like we just ignore the problematic stuff because having a man period is better than a good man or being the alternative single. A lot of these women have hope, which I mean, hope is a human. It's a human emotion, but when you're seeing the red flags and I mean it's a pattern. I mean, what can you say after that? That's when I say women we gotta hold ourselves accountable, and I don't want to be, I don't want them to throw the daggers at me. Oh, it's him, it's him. Of course, it's him. He's displaying the bad behavior. But if you're seeing a pattern, if you're seeing behavior being done, stop turning those red flags orange. Like it's a red flag. It's time to dip. So I yield there. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you, and I definitely agree. I'll say, yeah, it's rough sometimes doing the content thing, but I will say that the love outweighs the hate. I've met far too many beautiful, intelligent black women, just like Miss Chrissy Baby and you, Supervillain, and all the other ladies that come on my lives and stuff like that. I've met so many intelligent, beautiful, great spirited black women that every day are just more of a testimony to how I view black women, that I'm right in thinking that black women are so special and amazing and like and I really really truly mean that. So, I feel like it's way, like I would say the love is at least 75%. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 20-25% is hate. So I never, like, I told y'all the black lady that DM'd me and told me that I should unalive my husband and said all this crazy stuff. Like the majority of the messages that I get from black women are positive. For the most part in DMs and stuff. I done had a few weirdos now and again, but most of the unaliving threats I get are from black men. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I've had black men, say that stuff a lot, even on my page. Like back when I used to actually make my videos and put them on TikTok before I got shadow banned, so I just refused to put videos up here on TikTok. They would comment under live me underneath my videos. It would be like, oh, okay, so that's what y'all on. Then they would send like, oh, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna blow your brains out, and I'm gonna grape you, and then unalive you. I'm gonna make your husband watching all type of stuff, and I just be like, what is wrong with you Negroes? Like honestly, I don't even be saying nothing that should even warrant that type of behavior. Because I don't see y'all when it be these white people be having these, you know what I'm saying, these doggone blue lives matter lives and these Trump lives. I don't see y'all in there saying that stuff to them. But y'all want to come in here and talk about unaliving me and put me in the dirt. Like it's real crazy. But you know, where I live at, you know, is very the pew pew laws are very lenient, and I have several, and I always have a nice little nine with me. So I'm not really tripping about it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's said, you know, and yeah, it's a lot to deal with, but like I said, I still feel like it's something that I should be doing, because I just hope that, like, when I was growing up, I was raised like extremely sheltered, you know, extremely religious. My parents didn't have me around nothing or nobody, and then they just let me out into the world, you know, when I was like 19, and said, "Here you go." And I was completely, you know, unprepared for the world, unprepared for the way I'd be treated by people, unprepared of knowing that, like, how bad and terrible men could be, and a whole host of other things. And so I just make my videos from that perspective, that hopefully someone that doesn't know anything, that they can get the tools and keys to success, and making sure that they're not a victim and not taken advantage of. But yeah, go ahead, supervillain.
Trig. I'm gonna take my leave, but I did want to say, again, just giving you your flowers. Maybe one day we can do like a live where we give each other flowers. Us as panelists. There's a lot of us same people. Us just what we love about Black women in general. I do want to just say this. My very first encounter with you, I remember T sent me your live, and you were in the middle of ripping this nignog to shreds. I forgot what the topic was, but you were reading him like a book. And I said to T, I texted her, I said, T, who is this woman? She was like, listen to the live, listen to the live. And I came up, I forgot what the topic was, but that's when I had first let you know that, like, I'm a separatist and all that. And you got me together, honey. You said, well, listen, I'm this, I'm a Christian, I'm a married woman, and I appreciate all that you bring, but this is my stance. And when you said that, I said, who is this woman? And I said, I'll be back. And then just came back to another live and another live. And you've always made me feel welcome, even though we're on the opposite ends of like the religion and relationship thing. I have never once felt uncomfortable here. Even when you were like, listen, that's not my thing, I still felt comfortable and respected. And that's when, like, I was not used to. I was always used to being in a space like, if you don't agree on one thing, you're cast out, you're ostracized. And then I started realizing by your behavior, the things, especially like cutting the men off on the panels, I was like, oh, she don't really tolerate the BS. And I've been here ever since. I think it's been almost 2 years. And ever since then, Trig, I loved you from the first day. I was like, oh my goodness, T, who this woman? I wish I could snapshot the text message, but it's so far away when T sent me your live. But ever since then, I appreciate you, and I just want to give you your flowers. You don't get them enough, but I just want to throw them at you now before I go to bed, because I got to do capitalism in the morning, and just let you know I really appreciate this space, and thank you so much.
Oh, that means so much to me, supervillain. That means so much to me, honestly, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your perspective and everything. I think that we as Black women got to know that we're not going to agree on every single solitary thing. We not monoliths. So everything we won't agree on, but as long as we agree on our sisterhood, and that we supposed to be loving and pouring into each other, and we supposed to be making sure that we are not a lick like Shannon Sharpe is. You know, we're not a lick to these men out here. Then, you know, I think that we should all be getting along great, you know? But I definitely appreciate everything that you said. Like, that really means a lot to me. Like I said, the love is what keeps me going amidst all the other crazy stuff that be going on, for sure. And I appreciate you so much, supervillain. I'm gonna end the live too, y'all. I'm gonna go up here to Miss Chrissy, baby, and then I'll wrap it up.
I'm just going to say the same thing. No, um, no. For what caught me onto your live is like your comedy. Like, I like the lightness of you read. Even when you're reading people, I'll be over here laughing. I'm at meetings and work with hiding my AirPod, cracking up, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy because you are a whole key. And I'm gonna agree with supervillain. I'm probably more on the radical side, but honestly, I'm gonna be really, 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 really transparent. Like, I think you gave me more. I think I'm still like F all these men, but I still feel like listening to your perspective made me a little bit more, I guess, not so extreme, if that makes sense. There was one live I can remember where that Princell person came in, and you guys were going back and forth, and I was just like on your side or whatever, because she was just like, well, how can you be married and talk about feminism? I'm like, well, the whole point of feminism is choices and us having the autonomy to make the choices we want to make or whatever. And I like the way you handle that with her. I don't know if you remember that. Do you remember that when she came in here?
I did not know that you was in here back then. That's a long time ago when Princella was on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you know what? She came in because they was tagging her like she was about to do something. Like I was supposed to be scared. They were like, oh my goodness, we're going to tag Princella and she's going to come in here. I'm like, I don't give a if she come in here, bro.
And now look all the controversy going on.
Yeah.
And so I think that's, I think I appreciate that you gave me like that balance, because don't get me wrong, I will go on those misandrous type lives because I'm on that side, but I feel like I'm a little bit more balanced out, because I do agree women should be able to make the choices they want to make or whatever. From my perspective, I do honestly think it's all of them, but I think that there's now I believe that there's still a very select few that unpacked all that and are actively working to like deconstruct all the patriarchal constructs. So I appreciate that part of you. Like I don't think I will ever be like on the side of like the pick-me's, but everyone else that's kind of still trying to figure out the journey, I think I learned like everyone should get grace, because at least we're coming to some type of come to Jesus moment of, okay, there's something wrong with men. And I think if you're on that track, you're on the right track. And I think the pick-me side and then the, that Princetta lady side is probably on the extremes, and somewhere in the middle is realistic. And that's all. I'm just giving your flowers. Your lives be lit.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like, I didn't know that you was here back then, because yeah, that was a long time ago. Like with Princella, I was just really flabbergasted at the fact that she had said so many things that were problematic for black women, but black women were still supporting her, and also that she was so openly contradictory with half the she's saying. Like, you talk about men are so bad and all of this, but you're projecting like this type of almost masculine caricature. Then you're saying that men aren't to be trusted, and that they're biologically there's something wrong with them. But you sitting in barbershops and telling them that they're right on what they say about women. You see it now because you're dating women. Just so much back talking and going back and forth with her saying her platform is not just for black women, to talking about Sandra Bland basically deserved what she got because she should have shut her mouth and respected authority. Just a whole host of other things. Her supposedly dating somebody that's like in a early 20s right now, being a 40-something-year-old woman. Like, she just does so many things that are gross and don't make any sense. But it's like women, there are so many women that are mad at men, which I understand, that they ignore all of that because she's speaking to a part of them that is angry at men. And I really feel like that's how black women are able to be taken advantage of, because they sit there, and just because one person say one thing that they like, then they totally turn off their critical thinking skills when it comes to everything else. If y'all don't see that lady is a big time grifter, I bring this up all the time, but y'all really want to trust the lady that was out there at her big old age of 40 plus, sucking on peaches and fruits and sucking and licking them and acting like with a doggone Hugh Hefner robe on, playing like 112? Like, what in the world? Like, y'all think that's a mentally stable individual? Like, y'all really think that? You think that's the behavior of a mother that is a mother to a young daughter? Yeah, like I remember when she used to do them lives, I was like flabbergasted. I was like, y'all don't realize that this is a mentally unstable woman, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, she's mentally unstable. And I'm talking about so many black women cussed me out. I'm talking about cuss me, curse me, said that I'm an enemy to women. She knows what she talking about. I could never be as smart as her in my life. She's a professor. Like, they said so much to me that I had to look up this lady's qualifications. And she don't have any of the qualifications that she say as far as on paper. Like, she doesn't have a doctorate. She does anyway. I'm not about to go down the rabbit hole of just saying all of the things that y'all think about this lady is wrong. I'm just gonna say, like, how could you ever trust a woman that would get on TikTok live and sit there and stick out her tongue and start pretending that she is giving cunnilingus to a fruit as a 40-plus-year-old woman? Like, what? I don't understand it. And the fact that everything that she said is completely in contradiction with the other things that she says. But like, it's like women, just like I said, hate men so much that they want to jump on anybody. But that's the reason why I feel like my platform may never be as big as I would like, is because I'm not going to lie to black women. I'm not going to lie to black women to get no money. I'm not going to lie to black women to get a huge following. I refuse to do that. And so I know the keys to blowing up at this time, but I'm not willing to do it because my morals don't align with it. I'm not going to tell black women lies in order to get them to line my cash app or you know what I'm saying, give me a whole bunch of followers. I just refuse to do that, honestly. I just feel like the best way for you to stay like mentally balanced and on point. Thanks so much for coming, Miss Chrissy baby and Supervillain. I just want to say the best way for you to maintain being like balanced is to think logically and critically. You cannot speak in absolutes. All men aren't anything, all women aren't anything, period. And if you just work from that, then you will be able to be successful. Anybody content creator that speaks in absolutes to you is trying to create an emotional response to you, in trying to create an emotional response inside of you so that they can run your pockets. It's really just that simple. Like, honestly, all black men are not bad. Definitely all black men ain't good. All races of men ain't good. All races of men ain't bad. And that's just the fact. All men, biological men, are not bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a lot of them that are bad, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. But it's some that are not. And anybody speaking in absolutes is really on that bullshit. Because people want to say shocking things to get people to really be, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't want to talk about that lady too much. I'll just say, yeah, I think that lady is crazy. And I've thought that from almost the very beginning. From the very beginning, to be honest with you. Miss Chrissy baby said it's a cool 95%. Look, I've already said my percentage. I'll say it again. I've said, I think 70-30 or 75-25, like percentage. And I don't mean by race. I mean just by men collectively. I think it's like 70% bad, 30% good, or 20. I say 70 to 75% bad and 25 to 30% okay or decent or good. That's just my opinion. And it could be lower than that. I'm just trying to be reasonable here. But it could be lower. But anyway, all I'm saying is that hopefully you guys understand my heart and where I'm coming from, and Supervillain said 100%. I'll just say that I love y'all, and I love black women. I really do. And I will always try to create a safe space for us and respect everybody's positions and thoughts, even if I agree or even if I don't agree, and I will never just lie to y'all so that freaking I can get paid or something like that. Like I just can't do that. I cannot. I will not. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all have a great week. I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all have a great week. Well, rest of y'all weekend, all right? I love y'all. See y'all later. Oh, and thanks so much to all the ladies that came on the panel. All of y'all are awesome. All of y'all are rock stars. And thank y'all so, so, so very much. I really appreciate it. And definitely I thank Supervillain and Miss Chrissy baby so much because y'all be in my lives, even when it's like 5 people. You know what I'm saying? Or 10 people. Y'all still be in here uplifting me and helping me out. And, just speaking life into me. And I really appreciate y'all. And good night, Relentlessly Will. Or Relentlessly Me. Sorry about that. I couldn't see. Sorry about that. All right, I'll see y'all later.